Right, hear me out. Here we go. We're ready. These are just ideas, okay? Now, James Wan has reportedly said that he asked Zack Snyder to hold back in the sort of Aquaman going to Atlantis because he wanted to make, his film. And he wanted to tell his story of how Aquaman not only just came to be, but Aquaman first setting his eyes on Atlantis and his birth, and it all deals with his story. So Zack Snyder says, well, of course. So he doesn't take Aquaman 2 there. In fact, some of the scenes are cut from the movie in order that James Wan has that story to tell. Because let's face it, in BVS there was only wee snippets. Right? And it wasn't really telling or explaining who the guy was, but you got a sense of who he was in order to tell the bigger story, which was Justice League. So you knew he was a guy with abilities with the water and stuff. So now let's take what happened with the net just recently. Recently there's been a video and there were some pictures or whatever released of Cyborg. And Cyborg is on the playing field and he looks back to see his father, so his father can give him all that sort of appreciation. But he doesn't see his father, instead he only sees his mum, which led to disappointment, which led to accident. And at some point, somebody had mentioned that Cyborg was the heart of the movie. But here's the thing: what if something similar happened to Justice League, to the Cyborg character? What if the studio then felt that, because it was originally planned for a Cyborg solo movie, that maybe the backstory of Cyborg should be done in a solo movie? Hence, we don't have a director and there's no talk about a Cyborg movie just yet. But let's think, maybe that is what Warner Brothers has been thinking, and why maybe those scenes were cut out, so it could have the potential for another great director to come on board and know that he has free range on telling not only his story but his origin story and the accident, and film it so you're not contradicting what has happened before under another director. So then you start wondering, well, maybe all these scenes that were cut from the film was, in a way, Zack's doing as well, because Zack is one that supports, he supported James Wan and says, yeah, I get what you want. He was a film, Zack is he's a filmmaker and stuff, and so but he lets other directors come in, and he sort of helps them as well, and he expects it, and directors appreciate that from Zack, and that's why he gets all these big directors like James Cameron saying that this is a guy that we can look up to. So begs more questions on what was cut, either by Zack himself or by Zack agreeing for those sort of origin stories to be cut out. I'll leave that for you. For me, it's just, we're into a phase now where we can tell so many stories of these characters by the direction that Warner Brothers is taking, by having all these one-off spin-offs, whatever, another world version of Jokers and everything else. Now we could be in a realm where we can tell many Aquaman stories, and we can get directors in, great directors in, knowing that they can come in and not having to worry about the impact of what the director I'm twisting my word. No, they don't have to worry about impacting what previous directors did with the character, so to speak. But I'll leave that there. Just an idea that popped into my head. Thank you.